Hey everyone, welcome back. You're listening to the Community Water Network's newsletter in audio form for November 2025, and we hope you enjoy this month's issue. With that, Sam, we've got a lot to cover. The Tar River Community Science Festival, hands-on training with water testing kits, and a really interesting class at East Carolina University.
Yeah, I've got to say, the festival piece really jumped out. The Tar River Community Science Festival 2025 wasn't just a feel-good day in the park. It sounds like it created a space where families, students, and local organizations learned by doing. We're talking interactive science tables, community art, kayak rides, and educational demonstrations. All of that fun while highlighting why protecting our waterways matters. The event seemed to be spreading the message that environmental education should feel accessible and enjoyable for all ages, which is a big deal if you want people to keep showing up long after the event.
Totally. And here's the key point for me: engagement turned into action. The Community Water Network team didn't just table, they trained attendees and shared free water testing kits so people could monitor their own local waterways. They demonstrated how to use the toolkits, explained what the results mean, and connected it to the bigger picture: how community collected data helps us understand regional water conditions. People were excited to take the kits home. That's a strong indicator the festival was more than a celebration. It encouraged long-term involvement and stewardship of the Tar River and surrounding waterways.
Right? That directly to the broader purpose of the CWN program. The program was created to increase access to science by inviting community members into water sample collection and testing. Free training plus free kits equals low barriers to participation. And when people monitor water quality, they're not just helping safeguard the environment, they're building knowledge and practical skills. Basically put, every sample helps paint a clearer picture of local water quality across the Tar-Pamlico watershed, and it gives the community a voice through science. That's turning knowledge into action.
Another important nuance: although numerical results from the festival's testing wasn't recorded, making training hands-on, accessible, and explaining results in real time builds confidence. That's how you get sustained participation. And if folks want to learn about the festival itself, the newsletter points to water.ecu.edu/fest. And of course, following along on Facebook and Instagram. You'll find those links at the end of the newsletter, so you don't have to memorize anything. There's a social element too. CWN serves as a space for connection and collaboration, not just testing. That matters because people stick with things they feel part of. The festival created those connections: kids, students, local organizations, neighbors, while also delivering real training. It's accessible, outdoors, and fun, but also rigorous enough to produce usable data once folks bring those kits home.
Totally. Big takeaway, design matters. When you mix hands-on learning, clear explanations of what results mean, and a path to keep contributing, you get momentum. Community engagement that encourages long-term stewardship. That's the bar to aim for. And we've got another concrete example of that approach working in an academic setting. We'll get into the ECU collaboration next.
All right, let's talk about the ECU collaboration. One of the highlights of these fall semester project with Dr. LJ Palmer and her GEOG 1251 Water and Environment class at East Carolina University. Here's what's notable. Students used CWN's water testing kits to compare water quality at the Town Creek Culvert, a system that drains stormwater from approximately 250 acres in Greenville's uptown area. They collected samples before water entered the drainage system and after it passed through the culvert. That side-by-side approach let them observe changes in water quality as water moved through the infrastructure.
And the point here is the educational opportunity this provides to students. The comparison highlighted how urban runoff and built drainage systems can impact local waterways. That reinforces why monitoring and managing stormwater is critical. It also shows how community science tools can be used for meaningful real-world research that benefits both students and the greater Greenville community.
Exactly, and it's a big pedagogical win. The class took concepts from lectures and applied them directly to a local water system. That's the kind of experience that makes water quality science feel tangible. Supporting this project through CWN strengthened partnerships with ECU faculty. That matters because sustained collaboration between universities and community networks often leads to better data and more consistent monitoring over time.
Plus, it mirrors what residents can do. The participants receive free training and free kits, so the kinds of before and after comparisons students did are within reach for community members at their own creeks and culverts. You can contribute to that shared regional picture and see your sample on the interactive community data map.
Lastly, let's hit a few timely notes from the news and events section. The next quarterly meeting is scheduled for late January. The date has yet to be set, so the guidance is to keep an eye out for more details. There are also 3 upcoming training sessions folks can register for. These are January 17th from 12 to 3 p.m., January 21st from 12:30 to 3 p.m., and January 24th from 12 to 3 p.m. The training location is listed as the Graham Building. The sign-up link can be found in the newsletter. Use that to register and confirm logistics like the exact room and address.
And a couple of quick housekeeping pieces right from the newsletter. CWN is turning their newsletters into podcasts so you can listen on the go. Also, if you'd like to keep updated on what the members are doing, don't forget to check out the interactive community data map on the North Carolina Community Information Portal. The contents list mentions Recycling Day, though we don't have details in this issue copy, so we can't add more there. For festival info, the newsletter points you to water.ecu.edu/fest and suggests following on Facebook and Instagram.
Before we wrap up, the CWN team wants to wish a happy holidays to all our Community Water Network members and newsletter subscribers. Thank you for learning about water quality issues in your community, spreading awareness, and helping protect our environment. The team looks forward to even more involvement in the new year. And honestly, the upcoming January trainings are a perfect on-ramp if you've been curious but haven't jumped in yet.
So, to wrap our discussion. 1. The Tar River Community Science Festival showed that hands-on, accessible education paired with real training converts interest into sustained action. 2. Community-collected data isn't just symbolic. It builds a real-time picture of the Tar-Pamlico watershed and gives the community a voice. And 3. The ECU collaboration demonstrates that the same tools power meaningful research and learning in an academic setting, especially around stormwater and urban runoff at places like the Town Creek Culvert. If you want to get involved, grab a training slot, check the data map, and follow along for January meeting details. See you next time. Thanks for listening.